Hello and welcome to GameGen. Ever find yourself falling down a rabbit hole of bizarrely satisfying simulation games? Well, you're not alone. These upcoming sims are so oddly hypnotic, you'll watch 10 minutes of gameplay and suddenly ask, wait, why am I obsessed with forklift parking now? From running a shady gas station to designing the world's jankiest roller coasters, these games turn mundane tasks into unexpectedly gripping gameplay. Let's check them out. First up, Backseat Drivers. Backseat Drivers is basically what happens when 4 people try to drive a car, and none of them should have a license. It's a chaotic party racer where you and up to 3 friends control one car together. One person steers, one hits the gas, someone's on the brakes, and the fourth, well, probably just screams directions while honking the horn non-stop. If you've ever tried to parallel park with a backseat full of helpful friends, this game captures that exact energy. Except now it's a feature, not a disaster. Races quickly turn into shouting matches of brake, no, gas, left, left, no, your other left, as you crash through wild courses, desperately trying to stay on the road. Save Birmingham. If you've ever wanted to simulate what a regular day in Birmingham feels like, Save Birmingham might be exactly what you're looking for. Instead of the typical co-op horde shooter with crazy weapons, this game leans more into the Last of Us style gameplay, with third-person stealth, gritty takedowns, and a heavy focus on interacting with the environment. You can block doors with furniture, use ladders creatively, and even stand on chairs to reach higher spots. The survival mechanics are deep, with systems for hunger, thirst, fatigue, and even panic. Injuries affect your mobility, and you'll need to cook, scavenge, and craft carefully, with no pause menus to save you in a pinch. Rescue Ops Wildfire. Rescue Ops Wildfire throws you into the burning heart of a natural disaster, but not as a firefighter. You're in charge of managing the whole rescue operation. Think helicopters, emergency trucks, and desperate decisions as you coordinate rescue, assign units, and juggle dwindling resources. Fires rage unpredictably, and civilians aren't always cooperative, adding a wild layer of chaos management. The simulation side is all about smart logistics and split-second decisions, but it's wrapped in this high-stakes urgency that keeps your pulse up. Hey, if you're enjoying this video and want to see more like it, be sure to hit that like button and subscribe to the channel. It really helps out the channel and lets me know you want more content like this. Alright, back to the video. Quarantine Zone: The Last Check. In Quarantine Zone: The Last Check, you're not playing as a zombie hunter or a mad scientist. You're the health inspector. Yup, you heard that right. Set in a crumbling dystopian city ravaged by disease, your job is to inspect quarantine zones, evaluate their safety, and make some very uncomfortable decisions. Do you clear an area or seal it off forever? It's a game of moral gray zones, clipboard checklists, and mounting tension. Somehow, it's incredibly gripping to weigh lives against logistics while trying to keep outbreaks under control. It mixes simulation, survival, and narrative choices in a way that's both stressful and addictively immersive. Car Dealer Simulator. Ever dreamed of running your own shady used car lot? Well, Car Dealer Simulator lets you live out those I know what I got salesman fantasies in the most hilariously unethical ways possible. Buy beat-up junkers at auction, slap some duct tape on them, or maybe just a really good air freshener, and flip them for profit to unsuspecting buyers. The more you embellish the truth in your ads, the more cash you rake in. Just don't get caught when that lightly used engine explodes 2 days later. But it's not all ripping people off. You'll also manage your lot, hire mechanics who may or may not actually fix anything, and even expand to a luxury showroom if you play your cards right. Superhero Simulator. Ever wanted to be a superhero but realized you'd probably just spend your time getting stuck in traffic between crimes? Well, Superhero Simulator gets it. This game blends open-world heroics with absurdly mundane tasks, like stopping bank robberies while remembering to pay your rent. Customize your hero, or villain, upgrade your powers, and try not to accidentally level a city block when you miss a punch. The physics are gloriously janky, so you'll yeet enemies through walls, get hit by your own ricocheting projectiles, and maybe even trip over a curb mid-chase. It's Saints Row meets Goat Simulator. Pure, stupid fun where you get to be the disaster. Low-budget repairs. Imagine being dropped into a fixer-upper nightmare with nothing but duct tape, a hammer, and some very questionable instructions. That's Low Budget Repairs, a game that puts you in the shoes of a home repair freelancer trying to make ends meet. You'll patch up walls, rewire circuits, unclog toilets, and sometimes just pray it doesn't explode. The game really doesn't take itself too seriously. The physics are intentionally wobbly and the clients are often hilariously clueless. But somehow, it's extremely satisfying to finish up a chaotic job and walk away with a tiny paycheck and a huge sense of pride. It's like House Flipper met Surgeon Simulator, and the result is weirdly wonderful. 30 Days on Ship. In 30 Days on Ship, you're not a captain or space marine. You're just a regular crew member trying to survive a month-long journey across deep space. It's a life simulator set in the vacuum of space, with a focus on daily routines, social dynamics, and keeping things from breaking down. You'll handle maintenance tasks, navigate awkward conversations, deal with cabin fever, and maybe discover a few dark secrets hiding in the ship's logs. The charm is in its slow burn tension and slice-of-life storytelling. It's not about big space battles, but about surviving the small stuff, and how weirdly addicting that can be when your oxygen supply depends on it. Autonomica. Autonomica is all about managing a fully automated futuristic city where AI runs everything, and you're the one making sure it doesn't all go haywire. It's a simulation of efficiency and system optimization, where your job is to oversee how robotic workers and algorithms keep society functioning. But of course, things don't always go as planned. Malfunctions, weird AI behavior, and ethical dilemmas start popping up everywhere. It feels like SimCity met Black Mirror with a sleek aesthetic and some surprisingly deep mechanics. If you love fiddling with systems and watching your choices ripple through a complex society, this one's for you. Bloody Hell Hotel. Imagine The Shining meets Hotel Simulator, but you're the one haunting the guests. Bloody Hell Hotel tasks you with running a spooky as hell inn for monsters, ghosts, and other creatures of the night. Check in a vampire? Better stock the minibar with blood bags. Got a werewolf guest? Maybe don't schedule them during a full moon. The twist? You're also a demon. So while you're fixing leaky faucets and restocking towels, you can also curse annoying guests, haunt their rooms, and even sacrifice them to Satan for a quick profit. It's 2-point hospital with way more pentagrams. And honestly, we're here for it. Crime Simulator. Ever wondered what would happen if you dropped into an open world with no rules and a long list of petty crimes? That's Crime Simulator in a nutshell. It's not about being a criminal mastermind, you're more of a small-time troublemaker in a sandbox full of chaos. Steal stuff, cause mayhem, get chased by security, or just mess around and see what kind of ridiculous trouble you can stir up. It's not exactly highbrow, but it's definitely entertaining. There's a weird joy in seeing just how far you can push things before it all blows up. Think Goat Simulator, but with more crime and fewer goats. PowerWash Simulator 2. Yes, it's real. And yes, it looks even more satisfying than the first one. PowerWash Simulator 2 takes the strangely soothing task of blasting grime off of objects and cranks it up with new environments, upgraded gear, and even co-op chaos. There's just something so meditative about the slow, steady progress of turning filth into sparkle. This time, you'll clean everything from ancient ruins to greasy fast food joints, all while uncovering silly side stories. It's weirdly hypnotic and deeply satisfying in a way that's hard to explain but impossible to put down. If you love the first game, the sequel looks like pure pressurized bliss. Truck World Australia. If the idea of cruising across the Australian outback in a big rig sounds appealing, then Truck World Australia might just be your next obsession. It offers a highly detailed truck driving experience set in sprawling landscapes full of dusty roads, wild weather, and roadside wildlife. You'll pick up jobs, manage deliveries, maintain your rig, and maybe even tame a few kangaroos. The game leans into realism, but with enough variety and progression to keep things from feeling repetitive. It's about the journey, the road, and the satisfying hum of the engine. It's oddly peaceful and endlessly engrossing. Who knew long-haul trucking could be this meditative? Breathedge 2. Breathedge 2 is back with more ridiculous space survival chaos. If you played the first game, you know what to expect. Space chickens, dark humor, and a whole lot of duct tape. This sequel expands the universe and ups the stakes, adding new systems, more absurd scenarios, and slightly more serious undertones. You're still stranded in space, still piecing together makeshift tools, and still trying not to suffocate in your own stupidity. The humor balances the survival tension perfectly, making each moment feel both ridiculous and weirdly compelling. If you like your Sims with a heavy dose of satire, this one's for you. Frostrail. Set on a frozen rail line in a post-apocalyptic winter world, Frostrail combines train management with survival elements. You control a Snowpiercer-style train traveling across icy wastelands, managing resources, maintaining the engine, and protecting your passengers from the deadly cold. There's something incredibly satisfying about keeping a massive train alive in such a hostile environment. It's got shades of Snowpiercer and Frostpunk, but with a more personal, hands-on feel. Every station you pass and every decision you make feels important. It's bleak, sure, but also hypnotically engaging. There's nothing quite like the rhythm of cold steel cutting through the snow. BLACKFROST: The Long Dark 2. BLACKFROST picks up the legacy of the Long Dark, but takes things even colder and darker. Set in an unforgiving Arctic environment after the world's gone silent, it's about surviving the isolation, the elements, and whatever else is out there in the snow. You're alone, surrounded by endless frost and eerie silence, with only your tools and instincts to keep you going. It mixes survival simulation with narrative mystery, giving every step you take through the snow a weight of consequence. The weather is brutal, the choices tougher, and the loneliness more pronounced. Cairn. Ever dreamed of climbing a deadly mountain just to stack some rocks at the top? That's basically Cairn in a nutshell. This minimalist climbing simulation is all about reaching the summit and leaving your mark, one cairn at a time. But getting there isn't easy. You'll need to study the terrain, find the right grip, and manage your stamina as you ascend increasingly treacherous paths. The visuals are clean and meditative, but the gameplay is anything but easy. There's a strange zen-like rhythm to it, and it scratches that simulation itch in a really unique way. It's one of those games you start playing for a few minutes and then suddenly, hours have disappeared. Tiny Bookshop. In Tiny Bookshop, you run a traveling bookstore out of a cozy van, selling stories from village to village. It's wholesome, it's aesthetic, and it's got that lo-fi chill vibe that makes you want to curl up with a cup of tea. You choose your inventory, decorate your van, talk to quirky locals, and slowly uncover the stories behind the places you visit. It's more about connection than capitalism, and it's oddly calming in a way that most simulation games aren't. There are no deadlines, no disasters, just you, your book, and the open road. It's weirdly addictive and completely heartwarming. I hope you found this video helpful. Be sure to leave a comment below if any of these games caught your eye, or if there are other upcoming releases you'd like to hear about. If you enjoyed this video, consider liking and subscribing for more gaming content in the future. Thanks for watching.